What up, Witness Nation? I'm excited to share that I'm now a brand ambassador for Seek Jesus' brand. Yes, a name I live by and a brand I couldn't be more honored to represent. Their mission is to spread the gospel of Christ throughout the world while supporting those on the mission field. Their brand strives to provide high-quality Christian apparel for believers and followers of Christ. Let your clothing start a conversation. Now, a portion of all sales are donated towards several mission fields dedicated to serve and spread the gospel around the world. So cop your own Jesus Reppin' essentials by visiting the site seekjesus.co and use my promo code WhitneyDTV at checkout, of course, or just visit the link in the description box down below where my code is already placed automatically for you upon checkout, and let them know that Whitney D of Whitney DTV sent you and you are a Jesus seeker. Bye.
Soulless Creations, your one-stop shop when it comes to customization. Totes, tees, tumblers, hats, and more. Looking for a customized gift idea for a graduation, birthday party, baby shower, or just a unique creation of your own? Check out Soulless Creations as seen here on Whitney DTV. Female, black owned. Use my promo in the description box down below and let her know Whitney D of Whitney DTV sent you. Thank you. Bye. Ooh, somebody has been embracing their Pangea. Embrace Pangea? You don't know about that? Child, these products are all created to bring you back to balance through nature's gifts. Now, they have a wide range of products that deal with the various aspects of daily life, such as deodorants, juices, clothing, vagina detoxes, and body scrubs. Whichever product that you decide to embrace, you can rest assured that it was created and crafted with the love for the betterment of self. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds amazing. And it smells amazing, okay? So embrace your Pangea. Visit the description box down below and you can click on the link where my discount is automatically applied, okay? Now embrace your Pangea and let them know that Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Bye. So, as seen here on Whitney D TV, your girl likes to stay as fashionable as I can. Even if I'm not going anywhere but on my set. Set life can be a bore if you don't add some flares. Okay, now mines are inspired by Fashion Nova. Yeah, that's right. From women, kids, curves, and men apparel. You get more bang for your buck, and your child likes to be a baller on a budget. Okay, not for nothing, you guys. Use my link down below so you can make your fashion Nova. FashionNova.com. Check it out. Link in the description box down below. OMG. I love Sprizzy. Wait, what? You don't know about Sprizzy? Child. They pride themselves on being the original marketing platform made specifically for YouTube content creators. Their mission is simple: to help the YouTubers grow their channels safely and effectively by exposing their videos to new potential fans. Like a matchmaking service, Sprizzy crafts highly effective YouTube ads campaigns that target YouTubers searching for content just like yours. Best of all, this all takes place on YouTube's very own ad platform, Google Ads, ensuring those new subscribers to your channel are real, lifelong fans. Now, whether you are looking to get the word out about one of your videos or you're looking to gain new subscribers to your channel, Sprizzy can help you along the way. The best thing, all views are from 100% real people. They promise to never use bots, click farms, or pay people to watch your videos. All growth is organic and real with no risk to your channel. All views are 100% verifiable through your YouTube Creator Studio analyst. So what are you waiting on? If you are a new content creator or you just want to get a little more push out there and get your content seen, try Sprizzy. Look in my description box for a link and have fun. See you soon. Bye.
Thinking it over, and
guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney.
What up, everybody? Welcome to Whitney D TV. It's just better here. Make sure you place your city and or state in the chat so I can see where you're tuning in from, okay? And make sure that you keep it cute or you will get the boot, okay? Yes, this is the home of keep it cute or get the boot. Now, that means you do not have to agree with everything that I'm stating, but make sure that you keep it respectful, okay? If not, my Katie mod will make sure you do so, okay? Now, let me tell you a little bit about Katie, all right? If she's in here, what up, Katie? Not for nothing. She will place eye emojis in the chat to let you know that I see what you're saying and what you're doing, okay? That's warning number 1. 2, she will place these little water pistols in there to let you know, I'm finna get you, okay? She'll then proceed to place you on time out, and if you continue, you will get the boot, okay? Now, I don't want that, so keep it cute or get the boot, all right? Not for nothing, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and make sure that you like this video or dislike it. Either way, I'm grateful. Now, if you got information or you got a laugh, make sure you share this video. Sharing is caring. Now, if you would like to join the channel, you can do so by clicking the link in the description box, or look up top in the pinned location and you will see the link there as well. You can support me on a month-to-month basis by doing so, okay? And it's highly appreciated. Now, if you would like to support me right now, you can do so by sending me a super chat or a cash app. If nothing more, thank you. And let's get into the show. What up, y'all? I'm just talking again, and y'all wasn't hearing me. Okay. Anyways, you guys, hello and welcome. Okay, welcome back. I told you guys we was going to get into some tea in regards to this Pursuit of Portia book. Okay, child, like, go get it if you haven't copied it. But if not, stay tuned here. I am going to be picking this book apart. Okay. Now, before we get into everything and before I get into the comments and shout you guys out, I just want to let you guys know we do have a P.O. box, okay? You guys have been really all up in my DMs asking me, Whitney, with the holidays, get you a P.O. box, get you a P.O. box. I'm like, okay, all right. So here it is. You guys would like to send me any kind of fan mail, any kind of products, gifts, or whatever, send it to my P.O. box, okay? And it's listed on my about page as well, okay? So there you guys go. We have a P.O. box, okay? Then let me go ahead and slide into the comments and see who all is tuning in or whatever. Hey, Shawty. Hey. Good evening. Hey, Andrew. I know, baby. I had to get myself all the way together. Hey, Sharita. Hey, long time no see, honey bunches. Ciao. Hey, Katie. Hey. All right, you guys. I'm sorry. Yes, I came up in here. I was just talking. Not saying nothing. Okay. Not for nothing, you guys. Good evening, child. We gotta get into the skinny of some things when it comes to this Portia. Portia is a mess. It's not going to be a long night. It wasn't a long night on last night. We got in, we got out, and that's what we're going to be doing on tonight, okay? So I just want to say good evening to you guys. 'Tis the mother freaking season. I hope you guys are doing great, okay? So before we begin, I'm going to give a shout out to Shay Michelle Cosmetics. I am a brand ambassador of the product now. You guys can indulge on a discount by clicking the link in the description box down below. Great for your beauty's stocking stuffers. You know, she has everything. I just received my new palette. Let me grab it real quick. I did, for those that were inquiring, like, because I did my mom's makeup and I talked about it. This is not the palette, but this is one palette that I just received. I'm actually going to do whole look and everything with the palettes that I get. So I'm not going to open that just yet. However, Black owned. I have Wine on as of right now, Shea Michelle Cosmetics. And I mean, I'm loving it. Okay. So I have Queen eyelashes on, and then Wine for the lippies. And then yes. Okay. So that's the look. Okay. I'm very casual tonight. I got my little dress I'll be wearing around the house. I threw some jewelry on or whatever and put a little makeup on my face. Cause look, child, we gotta get comfortable for reading this mess. I mean, reading this whole book with Portia. I'm about to say Princess with Portia, child. Lord. Okay. So as y'all know, I told you guys on last night, I've been reading her book. Okay. Well, this particular topic, as you guys know, is that Portia states how she went from being in the studio with RKelly to being in a room to waking up, becoming intimate, and then doing it all over again. But anyways, I'm gonna let y'all hear this little insert, and we're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into Soulless. Okay, like I said, it's not gonna be a long, drawn out night. It's not. I promise y'all. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen with y'all. Hold on. I got to pull it up first. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. How y'all doing? Okay. Let's get into it. All right. Y'all ready? Okay. There we go. Y'all check this out. Listen to this. Uh-oh. No. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I got it. Hold on. Okay, there it go. Let me share it real quick.
Do not do. Oh yeah, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I heard about you. He said a little too fast.
Hold on, y'all. I got to get it pulled up. I don't know what's going on. What happened to it? It's giving me a hard time now. Portia, I'm probably
laughed in his face, grabbed the phone. As I tiptoed through this huge, it rarely served me, but in my mind.
Okay, here we go. I found it. Sorry, y'all. Baby, because it was trying me. I'm gonna do this though. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. Cause like I said, I have the book. So it is what it is. Hold on. y'all gotta hear this though.
With the guy who had just led me into the studio to meet him. An engineer sat at the board in the
Okay. All right, hold on. Let me pull it up. Child, go back to this chapter. Okay. And I gotta fast forward. Let me see.
So I managed to skip the line. Chapter 5.
Hold on.
Chapter 4. I met Southern John.
Hold on.
Why are you acting like this, please? I wasn't sure what had made John call me that, but back then, whenever a guy... Really? I said excitedly. Yes, he's looking for new artists. He's got a couple...
Hold on, y'all.
Coming out really soon. His friend, the one who had led me in the studio hours ago, followed him. I was left in the studio with the engineer, whose back was towards me, for what was in store, but I played along. Oh, okay, that's all right, I said. Robert immediately...
Can y'all hear?
I'm really into you. I think you're beautiful, he said. I'm just looking for somebody I can spend time with.
Hold on.
First to ask, because I didn't want to seem like I was uncomfortable.
Here we go.
I wasn't. We were all watching a small television mounted in the studio while making small talk. Robert even complained about an interview he had just done where the reporter had irritated him over some personal questions, and we all laughed about it. He wasn't hitting on me. Not yet, at least. He was relaxed, cool, chill. He treated me like a friend. After a couple of hours, Robert stood up and said, "I'll be back," and he left. His friend, the one who had led me in the studio hours ago, followed him. I was left in the studio with the engineer, whose back was towards me. I sat there for about 45 minutes, keeping my eyes glued on the television, confused. Eventually, another random guy who I'd never seen before came into the studio and said, "Oh, Portia, you can come with me. I can show you where to put your stuff." Okay, cool, I said.
Okay, that's not it. Let me go back.
Banging down my door like the damn police. By the grace of God, I paid attention to this voice. This energy tended to be in. Throughout my 20s,
hold on,
oh my God, I'm in RKelly's house. At the time, he was a huge star.
Okay, there it go. Listen to this, y'all.
It was only a few years after he'd released Happy People, Ignition, You Saved Me, and every Black person's cookout anthem back in the day, Step in the Name of Love. Here I was being personally invited to go meet him. I felt special. I felt like this was my big break. If I could just pull this off, I'd be one step away from making it.
Pull it off.
After a while, I realized I'd been waiting for so long that I began to think, who knows that I'm here? I really hadn't told anybody that I'd left Atlanta and flown all the way to Chicago. My gut was telling me to check in, so I pulled out my phone so I could text my girl and let her know I was there, just in case. A light knock at the door broke my train of thought. A guy that I'd never seen before poked his head into the dimly lit studio. "You can come in here," he said dryly, opening the door for me and leading me into a much smaller yet brighter studio across the hall. Robert, wearing dark sunglasses and a hat turned backwards, sat in the corner of the studio. Along with the guy who had just led me into the studio to meet him, an engineer sat at the board in the control room. "Hi, I'm Portia," I said brightly, walking up to shake his hand. "Oh yeah, nice to meet you. I heard about you," he said a little too fast. "You came in with Lenny, right?" "Yeah, I've known him for years. He told me about you. You sing. He said you got a nice voice." "Well, I'm working on this music right now. Matter of fact, sit down right here.
I know you
I want you to
lying.
hear something."
I know you lying.
Robert pointed to the chair beside him, but that other guy was sitting in it and he didn't budge. Instead, the dude looked at Robert from the side, burying whatever slick thought was in his mind. "Hey, watch out, man. Let her sit right here," Robert said with a little more bass in his voice. The guy stood up slowly and found another place to land while I sat in the seat that he had warmed up. When he nodded to the engineer, a song started to play through the studio speakers. It sounded magical, almost like the pitch-perfect notes were bouncing off the walls. When Robert started singing to the track, it made the song come alive right before my eyes. Wow, I'm really sitting in the presence of magic and true talent, I thought to myself, slowly bobbing my head along to the beat, trying to fix my face as if I was judging the song with the singer's ear. But in reality, it felt like he was mixing an intoxicating potion. The music was infectious. It filled up the entire studio. It rubbed the nervousness right off me. It seemed like it had broken the ice between us. "This is a song I just wrote off the top of my head," he said. "I'm not one of those people who read and write and stuff like that." "Yeah, we just produced it a couple minutes ago," his engineer turned around and added. "Wow, that's a really great song," I said. And it was. Within 15 minutes, Robert started treating me as if he had known me for years. It was actually kind of disarming to have him suddenly act like we were friends.
She's so
And I was
gullible.
his homie who stopped by to kick it in the studio while he was creating.
She's so gullible.
Although it didn't feel forced on his end, I was pushing to catch up to the moment. I
Here
was
it
there to
goes.
prove I was ready to take my dreams to the next level. But he never asked me to sing for him.
He never asked her to sing for him. Never asked her to sing. And if you notice, no shade, out of all the other ladies, he asked them to sing. It was an audition before. Not saying, look again, I'm not going against her story whatsoever. That's not the reason why this. My thing is that, girl, for one, you were 25. For two, I seriously, and y'all gonna hear, you don't hear any signs of abuse when it comes to her. Now, the only thing that I guess, saying that was alarming or triggering or whatever was the simple fact of the matter that she heard somebody else, I guess, allegedly getting abused. But I'm telling y'all gonna hear little snippets like this. And then when you buy the book, you'll be able to read it or hear it yourself. This was a weird situationship. It wasn't a relationship. Y'all literally heard. It goes from the studio, him not at all, not once asking her to sing a tune, hum more so, or snap a finger, nothing with music, to her getting placed in the room to wait on him, to him coming in there kissing all on her, which I would be like, pause, nigga. I'm just meeting you. I don't know. You a celebrity. I don't know who lives, but again, RKelly, I get it, but y'all want to hear. But y'all just heard that. Let me see if I can skim it back just a little bit.
Body kick it in the studio while he was creating. Although it didn't feel forced on his end, I was pushing to catch up to the moment. I was there to prove I was ready to take my dreams to the next level, but he never asked me to sing for him. After he played his track, he didn't even talk about music again. I wanted to press him to fight for my opportunity, but I was scared to. What if I did speak up for myself just to be humiliated? Or worse, what if I was kicked out of the house with no place to go and no way to get home to Atlanta?
So there you got it. There you have it. He didn't mention music with her at all. At all. Let me see what y'all have to say. But like I said, my whole thing about it, and like I said, listening to it, it's just kind of like I said, I didn't hear anything that was traumatic. I didn't even hear him set up a videotape with her. I think he knew how old she was because she said it, and it kind of turned him off. But of course, he's a dude, so he said, I'm going to bust her down. Are we going to talk real or not? That's what I think happened. This was no relationship. She didn't have a experience. She had an experience with him. She didn't have an encounter with him. It wasn't nothing what we've heard in the past, besides the simple fact of the matter of her being put in a room waiting for hours and stuff like that. I mean, unless she got herpes and she wants to say something in regards to that, which I don't know. She done went this long without saying anything. I don't think that she would come and boldly say that she got herpes. Just my thoughts. You know, like I said, we're going to continue to listen to this book. I'm gonna run it back one more time.
Suddenly act like we were friends, and I was his homie who stopped by to kick it in the studio while he was creating. Although it didn't feel forced on his end, I was pushing to catch up to the played his track. He didn't even talk about music again. I wanted to press him to fight for my opportunity, but I was scared to. What if I did speak up for myself just to be humiliated? Or worse, what if I was kicked out of the house with no place to go and no way to get home to Atlanta?
So, yeah. Okay, he never mentioned music. And then one would think that maybe the dude that brought her there he was, I'm not going to say kind of like scouting, if you will. Let me see what you guys got to say. We're going to go ahead and get into this book. That was that on there. Y'all can tell me what y'all think in the comments. Hey, Bonnie, honey bunches, redhead, pretty girl. She says, I would have been like, oh, hell no, especially at 25, yo, you grown. Yeah, but like you heard her say, I just didn't want to, stand my ground because I didn't want to get kicked out of the house with nowhere to go. You 25, sis. You have your phone. Y'all want to hear, y'all heard her. Okay, because I played a lot of amount of it. You had a phone. Call Uber. Call a cab. Call your mama. Call your friend. Call the friend that she knows where you at. No shade. It just gives me a little look. I'm giving it a little question about it. It's just giving me a little look. Portia, just giving me a little look. Portia says, I thought she sang Out on the Sparrow for RKelly. I just came in, so I don't know which character you are on. Was it RKelly? Yes, this is her experience with RKelly. If you guys are tuning in, it's chapter 4. I bought it. Here it is on my phone right here. Okay, I own a copy of it. All right. And no, she didn't sing anything for him. Now, what you probably are remembering is whenever he came on Dish Nation and she sung, but Portia didn't sing for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Let me run it back one more time and let you hear it from her mouth.
Body kick it in the studio while he was creating. Although it didn't feel forced on his end, I was pushing to catch up to the moment. I was there to prove I was ready to take my dreams to the next level, but he never asked me to sing for him. After he played his track, he didn't even talk about music again. I wanted to press him to fight for my opportunity, but I was scared to. What if I did speak up for myself just to be humiliated? Or worse, what if I was kicked out of the house with no place to go and no way to get home to Atlanta?
So that's that on that. So, like I said, she didn't even have to sing for R. Kelly. She didn't audition. It was no music that was made mention, nothing. And you guys know we've read transcripts after transcripts. The women wanted to sing, but they sung for him. He heard their voices and he used that. He did not with this situation. It literally went from studio to room. Studio to room. She's 25 years old. And you're going to have to, we're going to hear what he had to say about her being 25 years old. And we're going to talk about that on tomorrow, okay? Bonnie says she don't have money for a Uber and hotel at 25. That's what I'm saying. Why she go back? She talks about why she goes back, and y'all gonna hear about that. Bonnie says, no matter who you going to see, you always got to have a friend on standby or your own way out. Well, she did call her friend to let her friend know where she was at. However, yeah, my mom always told me anytime you're going somewhere, make sure you have at least enough money to pay for something yourself. Like when I would go out to the club and stuff like that, I had enough to buy my own drink, or I had enough to buy my own means of transportation. And she always told me about, make sure you have your own money, buy your own drink, because some people will slip Mickeys in your drink and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I will always buy my own drinks at the club, and if a guy told me he wanted to buy me one, I'm walking up there with him and I'm watching them prepare my drink and I'm grabbing it first type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So I would never have went anywhere without knowing that, okay, if this goes south, I can get ghosts, I can bail out, and I can have something pull up on me real quick. You know what I'm saying? But she had her phone. She literally, and what you guys are coming back in, but if you watch the playback, she let her friend know where she was at and what was going on. So her friend, whoever this friend was aware of where she was at and what was going on. What gets me is that she went back to him. Oh, yeah. Porsha girl, I smell holes in the story. I asked because I heard an insert when she asked her to sing something right now, and she asked right now. That wasn't R. Kelly though. So what had happened was, for those that didn't get to watch it on yesterday, and we actually heard this part yesterday. She was at like a club or a bar or something like that, and some dude, which I believe was a scout for R. Kelly, saw her and was like, hey, who are you? What are you? You come off like looking as though you're an actress or a singer. And she was like, then at that moment, she heard what her mama said. And this is why y'all got to stop telling y'all kids lies, parents. And I say this as a parent. Stop telling your kids, oh, you can be whatever you want to be. No, they can't. No, they can't. They cannot. They can be what God created them to be, and everybody ain't got musical talents and gifts. Everybody ain't got beauty in the beauty department. Everybody can't dance. Everybody, stop that. That's why this girl singing all these hymns and oh, amazing grace, because her mama said that she can sing and thought she had the balls and the audacity and the gall to sit before a musical genius of R. Kelly's status and stature and sing, which she didn't get the opportunity to. Thank God, saved his ears. But stop doing that, parents. Be real with your kids. Put them in situations to where you can figure out, okay, all right, I exposed him, but that ain't it. Let's keep going. Stop. My baby, got cousins that are in drill team and dance and stuff like that. My baby just ain't dance, can't dance. She danced like a white girl, thank God. She danced like a little girl, like her age. She can't, you know what I'm saying? So I don't push her to do stuff like that. I push her where her talents is. She's very creative. I push that. Stop telling your kids that. That's why Portia up here embarrassing herself. Anyways, yeah, but yeah, girl, that was her singing for some other dude that was going to take her to R. Kelly. Just to break that down. If you guys watched the one from yesterday, you will hear that. Okay, but I'm gonna create a little playlist for these portions of her book. Okay, because we're gonna break her book down. But I ain't gonna lie, I skipped directly to the chapter. I went from chapter to chapter and I skid through just to hear if I hear anything R. Kelly. And when I heard it, I ran it back. So it's all of every bit of chapter 4 for those that are gonna buy the book. Okay. Let me continue. Queen says, I always had my own transportation, and she was afraid to tell her mom at 25 and older. I know Google was around and she could ask Google, where am I right now? I'm just saying, And then to hear that she laughed about the interview, and what I'm thinking about is that interview that he did with the UK woman, the white woman that was asking all these questions, and he got up and walked out. So you already knew what was allegedly going on and what was out there with R. Kelly. Shame on you, child. Look. Yeah, that's the same theory that you guys throw up out there with these parents. Why can't you throw it up there out there with a grown woman? Anyways, Queen says, I didn't even know she sing. He knows he wasn't gonna sign her if she couldn't sing like that. I'm just saying. Andrew says everybody is not Azriel Clary. They not. Everybody's not Azriel Clary. But my thing is that, sis, like. And I'm gonna move on. Those be the people say, let the Lord use you. Hallelujah. Queen Key says, Azrael was a real singer. He didn't do nothing with her either. Exactly. He didn't do nothing with her either. But my simple thing is the pattern is a little different in this situation. Hold on. We got crazies in the chat. Let me. Anyways, gotta get that real quick. But he didn't do nothing with her either. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that, for a while she just kind of just said she didn't want to do it no more. But my whole thing in bringing it up is the pattern. Her pattern is different. I'm not saying that I don't, again, hear me. Okay, for y'all that grab clips, I'm not saying that her story isn't true or it didn't happen to her. I always stand on the fact of the matter about the timing. However, her situation is a lot different from a lot of the other victims, which, I mean, everybody's situation is not going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? But just, interesting. Okay, I read that already. Monty says, period, Andrew, because Az can sing her butt off. Sure can. Wig skipped straight to the R. Kelly. I did. I did. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's chapter 4. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, I'm not. But I'm gonna read the whole thing. I'm gonna come back to it. But I just wanted to get the gusto. Question says, I didn't see the Tamron Hall interview, but I saw her on the Reel today, and I thought she would use that all women panel to shed light on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But the Tamara Hall, she was asking her some good questions about her new relationship. I like that. I got to pull that up. We're going to talk about that too. Queen says her mom ain't know about her relationship with R. Kelly till a few years ago. It was getting me mothers need to bond with their daughters and pay attention to stuff. Portia seemed delayed. I'm sorry. I'm not going to play with you. Hey, Miss Williams. She says, R. Kelly assumed Portia was there for something other than to sing. Look, do you hear me? I was going to say the same thing. Okay, I was going to say the same thing. Like, you know what's up. This man didn't ask you for one, and I'm not saying she knew what's up. I'm saying in his head, like, girl, you know what's up. Put her butt in that room, came in there and start slobbing her down. And then she dropped the drawers. I'm already here now, so we might as well go through it. Okay, girl. I don't know. Like back in my 20s, I was, excuse my French, if my mom, I was a bitch. Like, if I wanted to screw you, I was going to screw you, but it was going to be on my terms. And, and I just, if I didn't want to do something, I didn't want to do something. You weren't going to force me. I will slap you. We will fight. As little as I am, I will fight a dude. Like, I don't know. Like, 25, me, oh, she was a beast. Like, I don't care who you was. You could have been Jay-Z, and I would have been like, excuse me. I don't know where your mouth been, bro. You've been kissing all up on Beyonce. Like, I just had a different energy. I don't know. Andrew says she's old enough to know what he wanted. That's what I'm saying. And she just comes off a little ditzy. She still do, but that's neither here nor there. I meant on RKelly encounter. Oh, yeah, on her RKelly encounter. Yeah. She picks and chooses where she wants to divulge that information. Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and move on to what we're actually going to be. We're going to wrap up the book. I'm going to wrap up the chapter 11 of Soulless, because that's where we left off. We left off on page 200. So we're going to start with 201. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this chapter. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. And then after, like I said, I'm not going to take up much of you guys' time. Sharita said, bless her. God bless her. Like, child, please. You knew what was up. No shade, no tea. Okay. Before we get into everything, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the RKelly case open discussion group. This is where I received this book in its entirety. If you would like to, if you guys would like to, just get more information in regards to the trial and the case and stuff like that, check this group out. I absolutely adore it. It's a good group. They stay on it when it comes to this RKelly case. Okay. So shouts out to the RKelly case open discussion group. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into this reading.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high.
Nope. This ain't it. You are tuned into a realistic, unprofessional perspective reading of this book. So that means stumbles, fumbles, and sometimes an occasional mispronunciation of words. So if you are looking for the audible of this book, go buy it yourself. Or feel free to mute me and read on your own. Otherwise, sit back and be grateful. You are tuned into a live reading with Whitney D. All right, you guys, welcome back. Okay. In November 2000, Chicago journalist and music critic Jim DeRogatis received an anonymous fax that alleged RKelly had a problem with young girls. Weeks later, Jim broke the shocking story, publishing allegations that the R&B superstar and local hero had groomed girls sexually, abused them, and paid them off. Jim thought his work would have an impact. Instead, Kelly's career flourished. No one seemed to care. Not the music industry, not the culture at large, not the parents of numerous other young girls. But for more than 18 years, Jim stayed on the story. He was the one who was given the disturbing videotape that led to Kelly's 2008 child pornography trial, the one whose window was shot out, and the one whom women trust to tell their stories of a meeting with the superstar at a classroom, a mall, a concert, or a McDonald's that forever warped the course of their lives. Soulless. The case against RKelly is Jim's masterpiece, a work of tenacious journalism and powerful culture criticism. It tells the story of Kelly's career, Jim's investigation, and the world in which the two cross paths, and brings the story up to the moment when things finally seem to have changed. Decades in the making, this is an outrageous, darkly revealing account of the life and actions of RKelly and their horrible impact on dozens of girls by the only person to tell it. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. We left off on page 200. We're on page 201, chapter 11, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this, you guys. I'm going to skim back just a little bit so you guys know where we left off at, okay? All right. The judge unsealed a transcript from a closed hearing during the trial, the only one he ever made public. During that session, prosecutors said they were weighing charges against Kelly's manager, Darrell McDavid, for bribery and witness tampering. Abden reported Van Allen gave sworn testimony that McDavid told her he should have murked her. Gangster lingo for beaten or killed. Really more so killed. Murk, when you murk somebody, you kill them. Period. Pooh. But anyways, instead he paid her $100,000 over 3 meetings in his Oak Park office in return for her telling Kelly's attorneys she never had sex with the singer. Prosecutor said in her sworn statement, Van Allen said she'd done as instructed and lied because she was afraid of McDavid. The fact that Van Allen had testified despite her fear struck Abdom and me as particularly brave. Yes, she'd taken money. She'd also had her reputation dragged through the mud by the defense on cross-examination. The FBI, the United States Attorney, and the state's attorney declined to comment about McDavid. An investigator told Abdom they were looking into him, but authorities never brought any charges against him. Wrapping up its case, the defense called its own video expert, Charles Palm, whose only hits on the Nexus News database come from the Kelly trial. Palm said the tape could have been fake. He called the spot on Kelly's back video noise, not the mole seen in photos. On cross-examination, lead prosecutor Shauna Bulliker got Palm to admit he couldn't detect any fakery. He simply couldn't rule it out. Is it true that water or urination could be difficult to fake? She said. She asked, her discomfort obvious. A lot of things would be possible to fake at this level, Palm said, though he granted that act might be especially challenging. People do not want to read about urination in their morning paper. Sometimes editor Michael Cook had declared before our first story about the tape. By the end of the trial, news reporters regularly mentioned the act and Kelly's lawyers joked about it. One day, when a TV reporter asked Sam Adams Jr. about the brand of cologne he had worn to court, the lawyer laughed. Urine. I know you lying. I don't see nothing funny about it, but I digress. White men, no shade, no tea. Idiot. Many people had come to call the video the P tape, focusing on that one act instead of the statutory rape depicted in graphic detail for almost half an hour. It wasn't the P tape; it was the rape tape. Mm-hmm. But urination as a sexual fetish became the focus. That was what comedian Dave Chappelle had mocked in I Wanna Pee on You. And that's all that stuck with many people who hadn't seen the whole horrifying video. Kelly later told GQ he had never heard of the Chappelle skit, but in 2019, the comedian and his friend and showrunner Neil Brennan told several media outlets that Kelly's crew menaced them and wanted to fight when they visited Chicago for a show by rapper Common. Dave's goons intervened. Kelly's goons negotiated and nobody got hurt. Bernan said on June 10th, Kelly stood before the bench and assured Judge Goen that he understood his rights. And after discussing the matter with his attorneys, I decided not to testify. What a coinkydink. With that, the defense rested. The prosecution recalled one of its video experts to refute the expert for the defense, and Atlanta prosecutor Robert Wolf flew to Chicago to testify that Yul Brown had not been offered a deal on gun and drugs charges there in exchange for his fiancée, Lisa Van Allen's testimony at the Kelly trial. 2 days later, on Thursday, June 12th, both sides made their closing arguments. Prosecutors once again showed the full video to the jury, the media, and the spectators who, as on opening day, filled the courtroom to capacity. Hey, you guys coming in? Hey, I think it's TBA. Hey, TBA. I think I can't really see, but hey, welcome. Oh, I just went past it. Okay. Prosecutors once again showed the full video to the jury, the media, and the prosecutors who, as on opening day, filled the courtroom to capacity for the big finale. As it played, Robert Helligoder, methodically cited each of the remaining. Hold on. Okay, I ain't even gonna try. I'm not even gonna try. Y'all see it. I ain't, but not methodically cited each of the remaining 14 counts from Kelly's indictment, one per key seen on the tape. Adjustment of the camera, more production, and so on. At one point, jury number 61, the Romanian immigrant, looked away, disgusted even after so many viewings, citing Sparkle's testimony that her niece had once been a happy-go-lucky, jolly girl. Helligoder said that on the tape she had become something else. Sweet, nice, loving people are not insulated from being victims. The world is watching, Adam Jr. said as he started closing arguments for the defense, clearing relishing his plum roll. He'd brought his wife to court. We're making a tape, but she's legal, he said when introducing her to reporters to find Kelly guilty. He bellowed at jurors. You are going to have to call Rashonda 14 times, individually and collectively, a whore. You're going to have to say this girl before the world is a whore. My mama used to tell me, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Promptly forgetting that Adam Jr. painted Sparkle and Van Allen as thieving liars. He mocked the duffel bag like some kind of porno Santa Claus. He's running around with a bag of porno tapes wherever he goes, and misquoted 2 Corinthians 2 Corinthians 11:14 to call Van Allen the devil. Most effectively, he questioned why prosecutors didn't call Rashonda as a witness. Why don't they bring her in? She's just down the street. She was placed under oath at the age of 15 or 16. She saw that tape and said, "It's not me." Judge Goen instructed the jury to disregard that comment. they were not supposed to hear about or consider what Rashonda had told the grand jury. Not one to slow down for a speed bump, Adam Jr. burrowed ahead, looked in the crowd right now. Is Rashonda here or not? Fully in his thrall. Half the jury scanned the gallery. Sweat dripped from his head. He went on to show the photo of the mole sabotage. Anyways, with a frame from the video, if that mole is gone, it's not Kelly. He brushed off family members who identified Rashonda as the girl in the tape, but who didn't take action against Kelly. Any solid man in the family, any solid woman would have gone over there and broke his legs. They would have beat the crap out of him. After quoting the Bible for the older churchgoers on the jury, Adam Jr. tossed in some pop culture references for the younger members, name dropping Janet Jackson, Dave Chappelle, and the tween phenom of the moment. When he asked why Rashonda hadn't talked to her friends about having sex with Kelly. She is a 13-year-old girl having raunchy, dirty, nasty sex with a superstar who's won Grammy Awards, and she tells no one. You couldn't keep a 13-year-old girl's mouth quiet about having Hannah Montana tickets. Press accounts agreed that Adam Jr. put on a hell of a show, while Bolliker kept her closing rebuttal simple and direct. You know what's on that tape? You know it's vile. You know it's disgusting. And you know it's Robert Kelly and Rashonda Landfair. As for the victim, how dare he call her a prostitute? Ain't that illegal still too? That's just mine. Anyway, she asked, her sunny song cracking, this is not a whodunit. It is a he did it. Jurors began deliberating at 2:30 p.m. on Thursday, June 12th. An hour later, they requested transcripts from the entire trial, or at least the testimony or the bombshell witness, Lisa Van Allen. They also asked for a copy of the videotape and the equipment to view it. Judge Gahan denied their request. Wow. They got denied of looking at the tapes. Interesting. They broke at 5:50 p.m. and the judge sent them to their hotel for the night. Two jurors signaled their unhappiness. One sent the judge a note complaining that his dinner arrived late, and shortly after, deliberating began again at 8:30 Friday morning. Another sent a letter asking, how can I be removed and go home? I really need to. The point became moot when at 1:30 the afternoon of Friday, the 13th, the jury bell rang, signaling a verdict after a total of 7.5 hours of deliberations. Conventional wisdom held that relatively brief deliberations after more than a month of testimony spelled doom for a defendant. Courthouse veterans whispered in the marble hallways that Kelly would spend the next 15 years in prison. As courtroom 500 filled to hear the verdict, a downcast Adam Jr. shook Kelly's hand and somberly told his client, "We did everything we could." Judge Gaughan threatened to cite anyone who disrupted the reading of the verdict for contempt, immediately sending them next door to Cook County Jail. "I don't want any outbursts." Shortly before 2 p.m., the foreman read the verdict. For the first of 14 counts against RKelly for making child pornography, not guilty. Ignoring Gaughan's warning, Adam Jr. shouted, "Yes!" His client broke down in tears. Wiping his face with a baby blue handkerchief, Kelly whispered, "Thank you, Jesus." He repeated those 3 words 13 times when the verdict came in for each of the remaining counts after the final not guilty. The singer slapped Adam Jr. on the back and hugged Atkinson, resting his head on a grandfatherly shoulder and crying some more. Kelly's manager, Darrell McDavid, cried too. The prosecution team looked stunned. Minutes later, Kelly walked down the handicap ramp at his special entrance, a free man. The Pied Piper patted his heart, smiled, and waved at the photographer's television crews and 100 supporters who finally thronged on the big day. "I love you," one fan shouted as Kelly sped away in a black SUV. It went to Douglas Park on the west side, where Kelly's tour bus waited with more of his entourage. Both legal teams held brief press conferences on the street in front of the courthouse, looking sullen. State's attorney Dick Devine joined his underlings who'd done all the work. "As we must, we accept the verdict of the jury in the case. This prosecution is one we have no reservations about." Devine added that the case had been unusual because the victim denied she'd been victimized. "But if we occur the same evidence today or tomorrow, we will bring that case back into action, and you will see it in 2022. Yes, sir." Okay. Sorry. Had a moment. Lead prosecutor Shauna Bullocker didn't regret not subpoenaing the victim. "We were not going to re-victimize her." "Oh, but we're going to in next year." Okay, yeah. Come on back to the stand along with your trifling mama. Unfortunately, your daddy won't be able to be there. However, bring your trifling mama to the stand. All right, yeah. She didn't answer questions about whether the now 23-year-old woman had perjured herself before the grand jury. The state's witnesses had all been courageous, Bullocker said. "It was a difficult thing for them to do. They care about her. If we did anything with this prosecution, it showed the world how difficult this crime is to prosecute." When a reporter asked if prosecutors thought Kelly would stop the behavior they tried him for, That being said, we hope people get a lesson from this and don't think this is free territory for them now. Robert said all along that he believed in our system and he believed in God. Kelly's crisis manager, Elaine Mayer, said, and that when all the facts came out in court, he would be cleared of these terrible charges. But he did not expect that it would take 6.5 years. This has been a terrible ordeal for him and his family. And at this point, all he wants to do is move forward and put it behind him. 6 months after that statement, the star's divorce from Andrea became final. And Kelly saw even less of his family than he did before. His children later said, RKelly was found not guilty because he had the best jury that Cook County could produce. Adam Jr. declared 2 things happened today. RKelly got his name back and Rashonda never had to lose hers. The trial made Adam Jr.'s name as his father had hoped it could. The dean of local defense attorneys, Ed Ginson, cracked that he graduated from late middle age to senior citizen on this case. Now, I am going to get a little sleep. In March of 2019, in a deathbed interview with Sun-Times columnist Neil Steinberg, Guinness said, I've represented entertainers, represented people connected to organized crime, represented professional criminals. I've represented guilty people. I've represented innocent people. Of Kelly, he declared, with punctuation and italics from Steinberg. And I'm going to come on the screen for this. He was guilty as hell. We all knew that. Some of the jurors held a press conference, too. And they said that in their first poll, 5 members voted to convict Kelly. No one caved because they were just eager to go home, they said. Though one of the alternate jurors later told me they'd all been agitated about the possibility of being sequestered over Father's Day weekend. The biggest factor was they never heard from Rashonda. Juror number 9, the Black Christian man who disliked seeing porn at 7-Eleven, initially voted guilty. I thought it was RKelly on the tape. I still think that. What held me back was Rashonda. I was 85% sure it was her, but it wasn't 100% the way her childhood friends identified her. Neither side proved their case beyond a reasonable doubt, and that's why we had to go for not guilty, said juror number 21. The criminal justice student number 61, the Romanian immigrant, said he did not find the state's witnesses believable. Years later, in Surviving RKelly, he explained, I just didn't believe them. The women, I know it sounds ridiculous, the way they dress, the way they act, I didn't like them. And no shade, this is what we are taking witness to nowadays, because people don't like the victims. They believe RKelly is innocent because they didn't like Ash, they didn't like Geronda, they didn't like Lisa, they didn't like Lizette. So, idiots. The jurors who spoke to the press seemed stunned when reporters told them about all the evidence they hadn't heard. The civil lawsuit, Aaliyah, the other tapes, the Florida photos, the pattern of behavior reported by the Sun-Times, if they had presented it, who knows what we would have done? One of them said in a tone that made clear they'd probably have voted to convict. Judge Gahn didn't speak to the press publicly, but in a bizarre footnote to the way he ran a trial, he vowed wouldn't become a media circus. He threw a party at a local tavern a week later. His assistant, Terry Sullivan, emailed invitations to the defense, the prosecution, court personnel, and all of the reporters who covered the proceedings. Dress as casual. Come and celebrate the trial's conclusion and everyone's hard work. The hell? My Chicago public radio colleague Natalie Moore told me it was a hoot. Everyone was loose and relaxed. Edward McLean also went and described the scene in Blender. Gahn was in the center of the room in a wide lapel suit with an American Legion pin. The judge cracked jokes with a reporter he'd kicked out of his courtroom and hammed for a buddy shot with an NPR correspondent who posted the photo on her Facebook page. Sam Adams Jr. made his way to the bar for a free drink. Bulliker chatted with the journalists, most of whom had predicted Kelly would go down. Everyone seemed relieved that the trial was finally over. I didn't see what anyone had to celebrate. If the jury had acquitted a guilty man, the system failed and he might continue hurting young girls. If an innocent man escaped imprisonment, the state diverted resources desperately needed to prosecute other sex crimes while he'd been through hell for 6 years. At one point during the long wait, Bulliker told Abdom, "I wish we could be done with this so we can get back to prosecuting real crimes." We knew what she meant. She saw no end to cases that were the worst of the worst, and we didn't think she minimized Kelly's victims. The state expected the singer to take a plea deal, maybe a year or two in prison, count his blessings, and wise up. The defense and prominent members of the Black community, including the Rev. Jesse Jackson and the Reverend James Meeks, according to my sources, told State's Attorney Dick Devine that Kelly would take a different deal. They wanted probation on this, and a member of the prosecution team told me. And ultimately, Devine made the decision that probation wouldn't be appropriate. In Solar Coaster, Kelly claims the defense urged him to accept a plea bargain for 8 months in prison, worried that Van Allen's testimony would lead to his conviction. "I'm not copping to nothing," Kelly says he told his lawyers. "I got God with me. Just to do the job I'm paying you to do. Just do the job that I'm paying you to do." The plea never came. The cash never stopped flowing to work the system. And God may or may not have intervened. But Abdom and I didn't think Kelly would stop now that he'd been acquitted. As Dr. Damina Renshaw told us, Pedophiles will risk 4 years back in jail for 4 minutes with another young girl. I felt sick to my stomach when I heard about Goins' party, but not as ill as I felt when I learned the verdict in the newsroom at the Sun-Times. Don Hayner didn't even have to say it. When he hung up with reporter Eric Herman at the courthouse, I could tell by his look. The editors, hold on. The editors wanted me to write a piece with context and commentary, but for the first time in my daily newspaper career, the words failed to come. I never felt like journalism and criticism mattered less. The deadline loomed and Cook hovered. The deadline passed and Hayner hovered. The extended deadline loomed and Hayner and Cook sent Abdom over to hover. Finally, Cook slammed my desk like he'd slammed the table during the argument about urination in the morning paper. Damn it, Duro! We have to have you in the paper. Get on it. Get it done. I finally sent 763 words to the copy desk. As any criminal defense attorney will attest, not guilty doesn't mean innocent. I wrote in a pathologically cliche lead. I quoted Kelly a line from Been Around the World on Chocolate Factory. God gonna judge me the same day he judged you. Cook wanted me to comment about the future of Kelly's career, but I had nothing. So I quoted Khalifa Shani in the New York Times. The sex scandal that threatened to derail his career in 2002 ended up doing the opposite. It made him more productive, more successful, and somehow, maybe because more people began paying attention to his excellent music, more respected than ever before. I still wrestle with that. Last page, you guys. The day of the verdict, 15-year-old Yoronda Johnson, one of the two regulars who attended the trial and called themselves RKelly's biggest fans, talked to reporters. She gleefully jumped up and down on the street at 26 and Cal. They can't call him a pedophile anymore, she said. They can't say he likes little girls. They don't have proof of that because he's innocent now. He's free. She could not have been happier. Part 3, Chapter 12. How old are we talking? And we're going to stop there on page 210, and we're going to take up this on next week, okay? We're on Chapter 12, and we're on page 210, and we are slowly but surely approaching the finish of this book, you guys. It's 304 pages, okay? So we're almost out this thing, okay? So we're going to stop there, okay? And I'm going to come onto the screen with you guys and see what you guys have to say in the comments, okay? Again, shouts out to the RKelly Case Over discussion group, as this is where I receive this book in its entirety. What up, everybody? Whitney D here of Whitney D TV, and we are finally here to celebrate a milestone of 5K. I'm super, super excited to say the least. And I couldn't be more honored to celebrate this with the Witness Gang. We can't just celebrate. We have to turn up, and we have to do it in a creative way because your girl is creative, okay? So not for nothing, December 17th, here on Whitney D TV, we will have a celebration, okay? But with that celebration comes the Witness Secret Santa. I am bringing you guys by way of Elster.com the Witness Secret Santa. I am so excited to be able to do a virtual Secret Santa with you guys, okay? Now, it's very easy, okay? Here are the steps, all right? First and foremost, you're going to want to click the link that's in the description box, okay, to sign up. And you will be directed to Elster.com where you'll be able to sign up and they'll obtain all your information and it will be anonymous to your Secret Santa, okay, and vice versa, okay? Not for nothing, from there, you will send off your gift or the list that they curate for you guys by way of getting information for your Secret Santa. You can just grab from there and they'll do everything for you. It's just that simple. I'm so excited to do this secret witness, okay? Not for nothing, once you ship everything off, do not open it. Don't open anything that you receive until December 17th, okay? Now, the deadline is November 30th. Yes, you have to the end of the month, sign up for the secret witness, okay? I'm excited to see you guys, and stay tuned because December 17th, I have some awesome secrets and goodies that we are going to embark on together in celebration of my 5K. Okay? Thank you guys so very much. I'm Whitney D, and I'm excited to see what Secret Santa gets me. Bye, you guys. All right, you guys, that's right. December 17th, we will be back here, same bat time, same bat place, celebrating my 5K milestone. It's finally here. I am excited, and we're going to have a fun pack filled hour and a half because I have to, get ready. We're going to have our family and friends game night the next day, Christmas game night. So I won't be, kicking it with you guys that long. It's gonna be a good hour and a half. I'm gonna be doing some giveaways. I'm gonna have some of my friends come on here, just pop in. I'm gonna pull my, I like to, flex my little muscles every now and again, let y'all know who I'm in connections with. But yeah, not for nothing. Save the date for December 17th so you guys won't miss it. I will start advertising it and promoting it much more here in the upcoming weeks. I just want to get closer and closer to it and get more people confirmed that I would like to have on there, okay? Not for nothing, we also have a P.O. box like I told you guys. Here's my P.O. box if you guys would like to send gifts or letters or whatever the case. And yes, I do love letters. I do love letters. I really would like to have, tangible and, so you can send it to my P.O. box here. And I will get it and I will read it and I will answer it, okay? Now for nothing, let me see what you guys said in the chat. And then we are going to wrap things up here. Hey. Okay. He says her mom didn't want her to testify. Yeah, because she wanted to keep getting that money with her trifling behind. See, that's why I be saying no shade, no tea. But this is the reason why I be kind of like, yeah, I get it. I get it with the parents. I'm not the one to say that. I'll just be like, keep the same energy with people that are actually seriously involved. We have proof of that. You have evidence, not just because you don't like them or whatever the case may be. But do you got like real legitimate evidence and proof, not hearsay, but proof like they do. They have receipts. They have transactional receipts. You see how they were stopping her from stopping the bag. Like stuff like that, I don't like. And so I say, to hell with her parents, okay? One of them already got away because he's gone, okay? God rest his soul. But the mama is still here. So bring that ass here, girl. Yeah, get on that trail. Get on that stand. Drill was trifling as hell. They were trifling. All of them was trifling, if you ask me. The judge, everybody was just trifling. It just was no way around that. Charnette says, hello, Whitney in chat. It's been a while since I've been on a live. Life and work has taken up a lot of my time due to the holidays. However, I'm here tonight. Thank you for joining me on tonight, girl. I can relate. That's why I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's been slow out here in these YouTube streets. I'm not gonna lie. It's nothing to really be talking about or whatever the case may be. But yeah, life has been happening to me. I actually am going to take off the week of Christmas. I'm just giving you guys a head up. I'm gonna be doing a lot of pre-schedules. I'm not gonna be live at all that week. All this stuff that I'm doing during the week is gonna be pre-recorded, probably the weekend or week before. Like all of this, anything that I'm talking about is gonna be pre-recorded and it's gonna be scheduled because I'm going to enjoy life. I want to enjoy the people around me, and I'm not going to be back until after the new year. I'm just going to let y'all know that now. I'm not going to be on here like that. No, ma'am, no, sir. Y'all know me. I will shut stuff down, so I get it. You know, we've been decking the halls. We've been just enjoying life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving you guys a precursor. That's why I want to turn it with you guys on December 17th. Make sure that you mark your calendars to be here. Okay, just an hour. That's it. It's gonna you blink and it's gonna be over with. Okay, I'm gonna be in and out like a thief in the night. Okay, these little crazies on my channel, Lord. Okay. Anyways, I had to got some weirdos, weird, crazy stuff coming in. That's how you know it's time to get off. Okay. Hi, Sabrina. Hey, welcome, honey bunches. Yes, but I miss you all. Miss you too. Thank you for coming back. Thank you. I know, right, girl? I don't know. It gets too late, and the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. It is too. Okay, so there we go. That's what that is. Okay. Not for nothing, you guys. That is the video. Y'all, let me know what y'all think about this whole Porsha situation, this little snippet that we heard. Tomorrow, we're gonna actually cover what he said about her age. So y'all tune in, and also know that tomorrow is Thursday. So y'all know what Thursday is giving. That's right. Tomorrow is Straight Talk with Whitney D. Okay. And I'm excited. Okay. I'm going to probably pre-schedule that on tonight. I'm going to get it out. The topic is very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. But we're going to be here tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad place for Straight Talk with Whitney D. And we're going to get into some more of this pursuit of Porsha. So y'all just stay tuned tomorrow. I'm so grateful and appreciative of you guys. I'm thankful that you guys have been hanging in there with me. You know, especially thank you, Charnette, prime example. Y'all explaining why y'all haven't been here. Y'all know y'all don't have to do that, but I'm grateful for that. And I love y'all so very much. Again, shouts out to Shay Michelle Cosmetics. I am a brand ambassador official. I have my link in the description box down below, as well as my code that will give you a discount. I mean, if you want some cool little stocking stuffers or some nice little gifts for your beauty lovers, check her out. Okay, link in the description box below. I am wearing wine. As you guys know, if you venture over to my my social media, I usually put up pictures and things like that of my look. You know, so you'll be able to actually see the color and its entirety and all that stuff like that. Not for nothing, you guys. That's pretty much it for me. I love y'all so very much. I do, like, for real. Y'all are like my friends in my head. Y'all like my sisters. Y'all like my aunts. You know what I'm saying? We family. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so very much for riding this year out with me. It's been crazy. We went through so much. And I'm actually going to do a recap of the entire year, from my first videos for the year all the way down to just exciting times. Hey, honey, it's my son, y'all. So I'm excited, to say the least. But not for nothing, y'all. My baby is in here. He done started hitting this beanbag. So we're finna wrap it up. Thank y'all so very much. Did anyone want to come in the show with me? Yeah. Come here. Tell everybody we'll see them later. You ain't got to get all up in the camera. Just put your head. There you go.
See you
Say
later.
we love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, you guys. Blow a kiss.
Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high.
Nope. This ain't it. you are tuned into a realistic, unprofessional perspective reading of this book. So that means stumbles, fumbles, and sometimes an occasional mispronunciation of words. So if you are looking for the audible of this book, go buy it yourself, or feel free to mute me and read on your own. Otherwise, sit back and be grateful. You are tuned into a live reading with Whitney D. What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. And I mean that. Don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of Witness Gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now, I am here to let you guys know we are now accepting members. Let me stop stunning. We've been accepting members, but I'm here to tell you more information about the memberships, okay? It's just better here. Why not become a member and support your girl on a month-to-month basis, okay? Now, we have 4 different tiers that you can choose from. They'll probably be somewhere over here, okay? Not for nothing, we have Out of the Bushes for $1.99 a month, okay? And then you can become a Witness member. $3.99 a month. You can't beat that, okay? Now, if you want to take it up a notch and become a Witness gang member, just $9.99 a month, okay? Now, I see you. You want to go even further. That's great, okay? Become a Witness Nation member at $19.99. Okay, now all these proceeds go back into the channel, okay? I pride myself on doing due diligence to give you guys best quality product and content, okay? So if you love what you see here on Whitney DTV and you want to keep it going, make sure you become a member like right now. Like today, like go do it now, okay? Comes with a lot of different perks like members only chats and member only videos and getting updates and exclusive information before anybody does, okay? So what are you waiting for? Go become a member like now. Like right now. Duh. Bye.